Wolfanoz bringing us, oh, what do we do to deserve this? A 128 gigabyte recall box. This is the latest version, recall box version 32. Ready for your retro flag cases. 12,000 games. It'll fit on a 128 gigabyte micro SD card for a Raspberry Pi 4. And look at all these systems. Ton of selections. Everything is done up. Everything from the arcade sets to Beats of Rage are set up for a Xbox 360 controller or any controller in that manner. Same with scumvm. He went through the games that are working. Even, a lot of people are probably seeing Sega Saturn on here. Dafne, he set it up so that the version of Dragon's Lair is the one where you start on the bridge. It seems to be, a lot of people in the community's favorite version. And light gun collection, like I said, big arcade set, and then Sega Saturn. He went through the games and PSP. He went through these games and hand selected the ones that actually run fairly well. And as you see, this thing is a thing of beauty. It has the Bezel project installed, so while you're playing all these games, it's going to look beautiful as well. So let's go ahead and go through the menu here, and then we'll play some games and share with you my final thoughts on how to get it. Just right off the bat, I'm not trying to hide anything. You can get this on backups.me, and I'll put a video in the description on how to get it on backups.me. And then you download it, you burn it onto a micro SD card, and then you can boot it up in your Pi. You don't need anything else except a controller and some time and maybe a beer or something. So anyways, I hope you enjoy this one. Let's get into it. All right, let's start at the top with all games. As you see here, look at that screen. I love that it all just moves away. Let's just hang out here for a while. 12,000 games on 128 gigabytes of space. Amazing. Arcade, you got 2,200 games. If you've used any of his old, let's go down to arcade. If you use any of his old packs, you will know, look at this, really cool. You can hard scroll to go faster, and I believe you can hit the trigger buttons up here to go a little faster. I'm going to go a little faster for you, page by page. And if he has a 512 gigabyte image out there, an arcade-only image out there, many images out there. He's got a recall box image as well if you're looking for something for your PC. A lot of people watch my videos and like, what are you running this on? Is this a computer? If you want a computer, you probably want his launch box build, but this is a recall box. Recall box, you can run it on a PC as well, but this is a Raspberry Pi 4 build. It doesn't come overclocked, but overclocking it, if you have a good case, will help. As I mentioned earlier, it is retro flag ready with the safe boot and all that other stuff. And just read his notes. He explains how to do it all in there. I'm just using this on a little armor case with the dual fans on it. And I'm not overclocked right now. I've already played some games on it, and I'm very pleased with the aesthetics. I was super impressed by the Nintendo 64 performance. He's got it on a really good resolution. The Wave Race 64 was just smooth as butter. And something to know about Recall Box is just super simple. I look at that, like Salamander. He has Salamander 1, Salamander 2. Like, there's a lot of like arcade games that he goes out and he gets and hand selects. So out of all the image creators out there, I hate getting in this competition, but he's definitely one of the best, especially with the arcade sets. Super, like, look at all the Street Fighters. Like, he's got you covered. If you're looking for a game, he's got you covered. So really good. I really like that a lot. I think a lot of people are going to like this image because it's 128 gigabytes. And like, if you have a really slow internet connection, it's still not impossible to get this. And then 128 gigabyte SD card now is under $20, depending on where you are. I'm in the US. All right, so there you go. That was arcade. Let's move on down. There's favorites. There's none in here, but you can add your own favorites. Light gun collection. This is a collection of games for the light gun. You can absolutely add a Sinden light gun. Or a, other light guns on the market. So 3DO, let's go ahead and go in here really quick. There's only 6 games, so let's get in there. And then there you go. Gex, Mist, Return Fire, Road Rash, Wolfenstein, and Super Wing Commander. Let's go ahead and go back. But as you see, look, it's nice. You can see the ratings here. You can see the metadata on the far right. You have the box CD or the CD case, the jewel case with the CD itself. And then you have a screenshot and the other video. And then look, it even scrolls if there's things going on. It tells you what year it was manufactured, what company made it, Electronic Arts, which production company, and then what kind of game it is, and if you've ever played it before. And I think that last one's how many players it is. But I guess it's not set up on this one. So let's go ahead and go back. And we got Amiga, 626 games. I'm not going to go through those. Atari 2600, we got 626. 5200, you got 94. 7800, you got 58. Atari Lynx, you got 83. atomiswave, I'm going to click on these because a lot of people, you know, these are bigger games. It's really easy to add Amiga games, like if you want more. You know, they're so small. So here you go. Here are your atomiswave games. And this is where an overclock will definitely help you out. You know, there's a lot of really fun games for this system. Metal Slug 6. I really like Dolphin Blue. It's kind of like Metal Slug. Demolish Fist. Great game as well. You got Channel F, 30 games. Coleco, 140. Commodore 64, 687. Dafne, you only have 2. Space Ace and Dragon's Lair. As I mentioned earlier, the Dafne, you will get your... So you got 476. You will get the bridge scene in the beginning. Game & Watch, you got 56. Family Computer System, you got Disk System, you got 476. Game Boy, you got all of them. Maybe even some more. That's a lot. I wonder if there's some hacks in here as well. Okay, the foreign ones are in here as well. We got Game Boy Advance, 251. A little light there, but I mean, there's so many like duplicates and 3-in-1 games for this. You know, I would say this is good mix. Especially if you have to take some stuff out. Game Boy Color, pretty much all of them. And Television, 137, MSX 437, MSX 281. Neo Geo, you got 141s, pretty much all of them. Neo Geo Pocket 9, Neo Geo Pocket Color 40, N64. Wow, you put the whole set on here. That's cool. So that's pretty much all your Nintendo 64 games right here. So you've got them all. You know, some games run better than others, but I have to say, like, he's got them very well optimized. With a nice little overclock, you're going to be able to play 80, 90% of these games are playable. Okay? So, not bad. If you want them to work at 100% with no screen tearing or nothing like that, you know, you don't have that high of expectations. But as far as, like, you've probably heard, Nintendo 64 isn't that great on the Pi in general, and you probably, you know, that's not too misleading, but at the same time, these are very much playable. I would not, if somebody was like, oh, let's go play N64, I wouldn't say, oh, no, it doesn't run well, we can't play this game. So like, yeah, let's play Mario Party, let's go play GoldenEye. You know, yeah, we can play 4-player, yeah, no problem. It works. Nintendo DS, you got 66 games. That's quite a bit. You know, Nintendo DS plays kind of funny, right? Because you have 2 screens, and there's one screen is a touch screen. So when you emulate it, it's not, you know, the best experience. But depending on the game, it's totally playable. And there's some cool games for this system. So, you know, Mario Kart DS runs great. If you like a different Mario Kart game. Nintendo, you got all of them. Odyssey 2, you got 112. Beats of Rage, so this is cool. You know, he mentioned that he set this up for the controller, and I already played Art of Fighting, but he was saying, you know, please play all these games. I haven't played all of them, so I need to do that. But they're ready to go. You don't have to do any control. You don't need a keyboard or anything. These are ready to play right now. That alone is worth checking this image out right there. Is just grabbing it for that. PC Engine, you got 339. PC Engine CD-ROM 2, you got 4. Ports, you got 7. He added Cave Story, I heard. Yeah, there it is. Then you got the Doom and Doom 2, Mr. Boom, Quake, and Prince of Persia. And this is like a, you know, Doom-type game as well. So let's go back. ScumVM. So this is what I was telling you, that this is set up for your controller as well. And there's a button set that you can actually pull up a virtual keyboard. So yes, you can play these games without a single, you know, you just need a keyboard.
Well, I don't see any treasure, but there is...
So, you got Sega 32X. A lot of, what did it say, 32? Yeah, so pretty much all of them. Sega CD, only 11. You kind of have to get rid of some of these CD games. They're kind of big for a 128 gigabyte image. So it does have the Terminator, does have Sonic the Hedgehog, does have Final Fight and Batman Returns. Those are some classics right there. The wrestling games. Dreamcast, so only 15 games. Is you kind of gotta pick and choose what you got on here. One of them looks like a duplicate for atomiswave. This is the atomiswave. What is this setting? Atomiswave version. Oh, okay. So maybe it is a different ROM than the atomiswave version. I'm not familiar with that. The House of the Dead 2, Virtual Tennis. Game Gear 332, Sega Master System 342, pretty much all of them. Mega Drive, all of them. Naomi. So here's some fun games as well. Is this not amazing? I'm very impressed by how much is fitting on this 128. And just the experience here, like this could be boxed up and sold, and please don't do that. That's not cool. Monkey Ball, really fun game. Play that game. Street Fighters, Virtual Striker and Tennis, Zero Gunner 2, and WWF. It's got all your wrestling games on here. So Sega Saturn, I was playing a couple games on here. I played Golden Axe. There were some graphical glitches on it. Just, be prepared for that. There might be some hiccups in the menus and things like that. But hey, it's come a really long way. Three Dirty Dwarfs played really well when I played it. SG-1000, you got 68 PlayStation, so only 18 games. These are full games with the soundtrack, so, you kind of have a good experience. You include Pepsi Man, nice. Tony Hawk Pro Skater Twitch, yeah, nice little collection there. PSP, we got 18 games, and some of these are PSP minis, as you see, it says the word minis on there. And then some of these are PSP games as well. Atari Classics, Burnout, Jetpack Joyride, nice. The Terminator, Wipeout Pure, and Young Thor. All right, so MSU1, these are enhanced Super Nintendo games with enhanced soundtracks. So really cool. Highly recommend checking these out. A lot of fun. Super NES, all of them. Super Graphics 5, the same 5 you'll see in most images. Vectrex 23. Virtual Boy, all of them. Sinclair 291, and then we're back to all games. So there you have it. You can jump by going back on your controller. You can hit start, and you can go to the game settings, what kind of shaders you want, stretch the bezel out. Look at all this. It's just hit start, and you can get all sorts of information. Retro achievement settings, if you want to save your high scores and things. It's just you hit start on your controller. Something you do want to do when you first boot up the image is change your controller. So all I do is I go down to configure controller here. I click this, I hold this, I press OK, I hold down. I'm on generic Xbox. I go up, down, left, right, start, select A, B, X, Y, up and left on my left analog stick, up and left on my right analog stick, and then my first two triggers, my back bumpers, and then click in my analog sticks and then select here. That's how I like to run it. Some people, I kind of switch my A, B, X, Y around, but do whatever you want to do there. Okay. And then you can set up your Bluetooth controllers here as well if you have like a 8-bit DOE or something. UI settings, this is user interface, so everything from transitions. And by the way, there is screensavers on here. Let me see if I go back here and hit select. Okay, launch a screensaver. I'm clicking launch a screensaver. Okay, and let's see if I hit, if I hit my analog stick, it jumps to a different screensaver here. And he has it set that if you hit start on your controller, it will load that game. So let me find like a really easy to open game, like this one, Gold Medal Challenge. So I hit start, and now it's gonna load Gold Medal Challenge. So how cool is that? That this it has screensavers, and when you hit start on a screensaver, it'll load that game. And so there's your bezels on the left and right. Man, these bezels have gotten like so many. Like, there's got to be what 10,000 more plus bezels out there, 20,000. Anyways, pretty cool, right? So that's UI settings, and I was showing you the screensavers. You got the themes here. This is the CKAU book, and then you can change little configurations about it as well, like the button columns. You can get into all this stuff on your own. Just play around with it. You can see the looks and stuff, but it looks beautiful as is. Screensaver settings. All sorts of like little apparent settings in your things. Game collections, as you see, there's like some group systems, things like that. If you want to get rid of some systems just to hide them for now, stuff like that, you can do that. Sound settings, I lowered my volume. There's no background music. It's not on right now. I don't know if there is background music or not, but it plays with all that kind of stuff. I like the settings as is. I didn't play with that at all. If you want to set up your IP address, if you want to go into the Pi remotely, or you want to hook up your Wi-Fi, you can do that all here. Scraping is for like game art and things like that. Updates and downloads, you could download the latest Bezel project things, themes, You can even update your recall box. System settings is where you can do the overclocking. I believe should be in here as well. Different, yeah, there you go. There's your overclock, device storage, things like that. Okay, and then you can quit. This is also how you turn it off. So there you have it. Let's go ahead and do some gameplay, and I'll share with you my final thoughts. All right, so there you have it. Wolfanoz doing a kick butt job. A+ all the way around. Highly recommended. I'm thinking about the title of this video. Probably the best 128 gigabyte image of 2022, hands down. Runs great. You overclock it, runs even better. Huge, insane amount of work that's gone into this. This is got to be 20th, 30th, 40th build plus. Like he's released, right? Not to mention things he's played around with, people he's talked to, things like that. So you can tell it all comes through in this image. Here's some game footage. As you see, I tried to play some systems, like Sega Saturn, things like that. I played atomiswave and Naomi before on recalbox. They run great. PSP as well. And remember, you can go into the settings and change things like resolution, scaling, things like that to get better performance or smoother pixeling. Or if you just want, go full screen and maybe you don't mind a little bit of tearing, you can absolutely change those things yourself. So what do I think about this image? Yeah, it's got to be up there, and I think a lot of people are going to grab it, and I would grab it too. It's amazing. It's really, really well done. Everything from the customization, the game selection, the optimization, the theme, all the add-ons included, all the customization done, the selection of games. I have to say, bravo. You're always going to have. You can't please everybody, but I got to say, if you want to please the majority, this is it. The size is good. Fits on the Samsung or SanDisk, most major micro SD cards. It's ready to go. The one thing I had to do was just double check your controls. Everyone's going to bring a different controller to the game. It didn't prompt me to do my controls when I first booted, but it's not a big deal. Just hit start, go to controller, set that all up. Love that everything is done by your controller. There's no, keyboard needed, things like that. So you can hook this up to your TV and then, get your Bluetooth controller, kick back your feet, and enjoy. So with all that said, that's what I think. It's really great. Kudos to Wolfanoz and, everyone who helps him out. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.